that?
The year's been kind of lackluster, folks. I mean, even between books and comics and Star Wars Outlaws, I mean, it's
and that's the other thing. Star Wars Outlaws, you just reminded me. That has been very lackluster as well. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, we've gotten 2 animated shows, a live series, a video game, and our last live series. I mean, it should have been a very strong year for Star Wars. We've gotten a meh animated series. It was good, but it was meh. We got a good anthology, but it was very short. We got a half-baked video game from Ubisoft, and we got Star Wars Acolyte, which could have been executed way better on an overblown budget. And we finally, as the year's coming to a close, it is December, happy holidays, we're finally getting a good present of Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. So this is where we're going to be entering into Skeleton Crew conversation, because we kind of went over what we've been talking about right now, kind of get us to where our mind frame is, what we're thinking about this new series. And it is a new series. We've only gotten 2 episodes. I think it's out of 8.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken, that's
we will be getting a new episode every Tuesday from here on out.
Oh, yes. Because the first episode, first 2 episodes, I should say, released on Monday, December 2nd, as a 2-part. So it was 76 minutes of new Star Wars. And like we've been talking about, there was actually a lot of expectation, or, trepidatious kind of tentative waiting and watching to see how this was going to go. Because Star Wars, let's be honest, needed a strong opening.
Yeah.
And this could have gone because we already knew that going into Skeleton Crew, Filoni had already pulled it from the lineup and delayed it to do some additional, follow-up or reshoots and things like that. Now, for what exactly, we're not 100% sure. But, obviously it was because Filoni is now the overseer when it comes to things, or the majority of things, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
On that come out on streaming.
Yeah.
And so this had to get the green light, and
his seal of approval. I mean, he has to approve of it. Like, he's got to yes, it's good.
But it seems like you would think that it didn't get the initial approval because maybe he just thought something needed to be added.
Yeah.
I mean, if these first 2 episodes are anything to go by, so then, I mean, we're really hopeful. Still a little cautious in our hopes, because it could turn around.
It really can.
It could, but this could be a new Mandalorian, in the sense that it is a strong win in the Star Wars series kind of column, and to be honest, they need one. They need a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's you're right, man. I mean, like I said, the year's been really lackluster for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Some
of last year too. I mean, Obi-Wan was and Ahsoka did well, but Ahsoka in the end there was a little bit of
hauling back and forth. I mean, and then we lost Ray Stevenson in the meantime. We've lost Carl Weathers. I mean, we've lost some Star Wars stars, and I mean, going forward, we really needed a win. We thought we'd get that in the series we just talked about, and they were either it's all right, it's too short, or it just we needed to come back and redo a lot in it. And overall, I mean, the Skeleton Crew has absolutely, in my opinion, just swept me away. I love it. I mean, I love it. I love the first 2 episodes. I'm glued in. Me and my wife are tuning in every Tuesday night now.
Yeah. Well, and I'll also kind of throw out that, unlike a lot of the, preceding shows that we talked about, aside from watching them with my kid, or introducing some of them, I actually want to watch the Skeleton Crew again on my own, So that second episode, when we get into that, is a blast, and I want to watch it a second time.
Yeah, it's good. It's
episode.
really good.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, and I mean, when they said it's going to be Goonies in space, E.T.
Oh yeah, they weren't kidding.
They weren't kidding. I mean, it's good. It rings of 80s, 90s nostalgia.
Yeah.
It feels almost early Steven Spielberg.
Well, one of the big, I was thinking about this because I actually, apropos to nothing, did a Goonies reference a little earlier today. And what I was thinking about this is that there's this overlying theme that they brought. They have Major Tom, originally shiny. That's it. Shiny toy guns, Major Tom, and that has been incorporated in what is it, Hutties?
Yeah.
So they're doing like they did in Ball and Order, so that song that they kind of turned that rock song into a Hutties song. Okay, I'm rambling a little on that, but but they've done that, they're and it's got a reason. They want to provide a certain more current kind of feeling to it, make it sound and feel more poppy than trying to make it seem older date. They really want to kind of modernize a little bit of that.
Modernize it, yeah. And it shows, and I mean, overall, like, it's a really good show, guys. I cannot recommend it enough. I mean, I've told all my buddies, I'm like, hey, if you were on the fence, it's time to get off the fence.
Yeah, no, that's and I was telling you, like, I've seen some, you see some if you're into Star Wars community or any kind of fan community, sometimes you got those bitter fan pages or people like that. Yeah. And so far, those guys, some of them have been quite
quiet.
Well, not quiet, even saying, oh yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
nothing to complain about.
I mean, that's the thing. They haven't had anything to moan or groan about.
Not really.
I mean, it's a good show. It's a good series so far.
So we're still looking to see what comes out. But but I mean the two episodes. I mean, granted the first one was a little slow, but it really helped establish the world, make it understand where the kids are coming from. Because spoiler alerts, again, spoiler alert. Yeah, they leave.
So big theory time.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm going to stress this, but at the same time, I don't want to scare people off. This is probably going to reveal a big part of the plot for Skeleton Crew going forward. If I'm right. There's a lot of evidence, though, pointing to me being right. Okay?
Yeah. So, guys, this is where we're going to pop up like this huge spoiler. You ready? All right, there it is. I don't know. I'm starting to get giddy when it comes to editing these videos. So tell us your big spoiler.
So the evidence laid out before us in the episode 1. Here is my theory overall. Here's the theory, and then I'll provide supporting evidence. These kids are from a planet called At-Aten. Now, in the first two episodes, we're mainly on the planet in episode 1, and everything seems normal. They talk about the Republic, and we know that we're in the New Republic timeline. So same thing as The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and the Book of Boba Fett. Now, in episode 2, though, they start wanting to try to go home because they are now, quote-unquote, lost in space. Not to be confused with the movie. So, now that they're lost in space, they are trying to get back. They are going to different people and saying, hey, do you know where At-Aten is? These people are like, what are you talking about? They then learn that the planet that is their home world is a legend among pirates as being a lost planet of treasure. What then this tells us is when one of the children tries to pay for a meal with money he got from his dad on the planet, the man he pays to looks at it and goes, whoa, this is Old Republic currency. How do you have this? The theory is this planet has been cut off from the overall galaxy for almost 300 years. Big thing. These people have no idea the Old Republic fell, the Empire came into power, the Empire was then defeated, and the New Republic is the current government. The reason this theory is a thing is in the first episode, the kids go to take an aptitude test, which will showcase their careers in the future. Now, a lot of them want to be data analysts for some reason. And I'm thinking, wow, that's interesting. Okay. But what's mentioned by the overall head woman of the thing is the great works of the Republic. Now, if you're an avid Star Wars reader like me, you'll understand that in the beginning of the New Republic, Mon Mothma didn't really institute any great works. She just kind of repealed what the Empire had done. The only time great works are mentioned is Phase 1 of the High Republic publication, which started back in 2020 by co-chancellor Lena So. She started instituting great works, communications, hyperspace lanes, Starlight Beacon, just to name a few. What then even, put more evidence to my theory is that then when in the second episode, the dad sees their ship take off, he then runs into two droids. He says, hey, they were in a starship, they took off. The droids say, that's not possible. There are no ships allowed to come or go from the planet. During Phase 1 of the High Republic, we have what they call the Great Hyperspace Incident, or the Great Hyperspace Disaster. What happens is people go into hyperspace and then they blow up. The chunks then come out of hyperspace at different places in the galaxy, causing sometimes mass extinction events on different planets. It's the first real emergency the High Republic has to suffer, to the point where people stopped using the hyperlanes for a while. What this means is this planet has been self-quarantining for 300 years. They're still using Old Republic credits. They're cut off from the greater galaxy, and they still think the High Republic is happening right now. This has huge implications, but it also goes to show why the children, who, if you'll watch the episodes, know about Jedi. When they find the ship for the first time, one of them insists on calling it a Jedi temple. If these kids had grown up on an Imperial planet or anywhere that was a part of the Empire, they wouldn't know about Jedi. Emperor Palpatine and the Inquisitorius and the Empire at large spent 25 years almost wiping everything about Jedi out of existence. From museums to teachers to religious leaders, anything at all that quoted Jedi, had anything to do with Jedi, was wiped away. These kids would have been born in a time when even saying the word Jedi was punishable by Imperial law. They have whole stories, books, legends about Jedi still on their planet. The High Republic and the Jedi Order of its time were real tight with the Jedi, and they did this constantly. This goes to show, as I said previously, this planet's been cut off from everything going on a galactic level for 300 years. That's why their currency's old. That's why they don't know about starships. None of them have left the planet in years. All of the parents are still stuck there. I mean, it's a huge thing going forward.
Yeah, and I think, and then going back into this is kind of giving more of an overview of where this could be possibly going eventually. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be learning this bit of information, I think, over time throughout the series, and then probably have that be exposed in the latter half, as maybe I would say like what they would call like a third act or something like that, to reveal what's going on. And the thing is that there's still some other elements, of course, we don't know what the kids are going to get up to, what's going to happen to them, because they are in their own journey. Mm-hmm. We're just talking about the planet they're from, and then plus, you're introduced to Jude Law's character at the very end of the second episode. And so we don't know anything about him. I mean, there's plenty of fan theories about him as well.
Yes.
As who he could possibly be, being a Force user, who, of course, all Force users at that, well, I mean, they had been used to hiding for quite a while. And so why is there a Force user in the middle of all these pirates,
Yeah, Jude Law could be a Order 66 survivor.
Yep.
He could be another Inquisitor that said, nope, not for me, dropped the red blade and walked away.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be completely unaffiliated with either. He could just have innate Force powers, as we've seen other people have, and he could just barely touch it. I mean, enough to do what we've seen him do so far, which is just grab a key off the hook from 10 feet away.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that because they didn't, of course, overtly or just outright say it. I mean, but more than likely, Jude Law is the pirate captain you see at the beginning of the first episode, which I can't remember the name of the character, or what they called him.
Captain Silvo.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so it's very possible that that's who he is. He wears a similar cloak, coat, and all that kind of information. So we'll see when that gets exposed. There's also been the rumor that he may be a Sith. I mean, aside from just an Inquisitor, but could just be, well, I mean, maybe Stranger-esque, or something like that. But we'll see as time goes on. I mean, and the thing is there's still plenty of things to be excited about with the show, and we have to see how they're going to execute it, because at this point there's going to be a back and forth between what's going on in the planet with the parents of the children and what the children are actually up to.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see. I mean, yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, I can't wait until we get to Tuesday, because I really want to see what's happening next.
Yeah, I mean, I'm locked in. I mean, like I said, I'm locked in. I want to see it happen. Mm-hmm. I can't wait till next Tuesday. I mean, honestly, I'm extremely excited about this.
Yeah, this is definitely a big win in the Star Wars column right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the fandom has been waiting for, and it's here. And I mean, people are chomping at the bit. Like, I'm seeing regular people tune in, watch Skeleton Girl, and they're like, wow, this is so good. This is amazing. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even about the Star Wars fan. It's just regular people.
We just wanted to see a decent Star Wars movie. And it not, be fun, action filled. And the thing is that as it is right now, I'm actually planning to let my son watch this. He really, I think he would really enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, these kids, all of them did a great job. They weren't too bad, and I think right now there's a lot of love for Neil. By the way, there seems to be quite a few people out there who are posting Neil pictures and stuff like that. So,
yeah, they call it Neil Nation. Neil Nation.
It's kind of like the Yord Horde. I mean, but
yep, the Yord Horde.
Hopefully not for the same reasons.
Oh, I'm hoping. No. He's just a cute blue elephant child, and everybody loves him just for that reason. He's cute. He's blue. He's an elephant.
But you know what I really like is they just made him a normal kid that just happens to be a blue elephant, and his dialogue is just a normal kid's dialogue. All of this.
Yeah, he's probably the most normal kid kind of in the show right now. I mean, just looking at the characters, you've got one girl who's almost like a cyborg.
Yeah, like a robot, to me.
Yeah, you've got another girl who wants to race bikes and wants to be kind of rebel against the system. And then you've got the titular child. It really focuses on Wim. He's really into the legends of the Jedi. He wants to have an adventure. Neil is just like, because at some point Wim says, Neil, you're gonna go with the girls, and Neil's like, hey man, I just want to go home. And I'm like, that is the most normal response I've ever heard in Star. Hey man, I just want to go home.
Actually, one of my favorite things I was thinking as you talked about like their interaction and stuff is, they did a really good job, I think, writing the kids. My favorite interaction between the kids is when you're actually introduced to Neil because he's standing on the sidewalk as Wim is coming up. And they basically have a lightsaber duel, and
like kids do. I mean, they're like both pretending to have a handle.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm going to get you. Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's like, it reminded me of some I did in elementary school, like all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is great. This is awesome.
Guys, so all we can really say is at the end of this, and honestly, I think we could even kind of keep going on about the Skeleton Crew. But guys, if you haven't seen it yet, go see the Skeleton Crew. It is a really good show. It's a lot of fun. You will enjoy it. I mean, we did. My goodness. So I think this is definitely worth a watch, worth your time. Season 3 is going to episode 3 is going to come out on this coming Tuesday and each consecutive Tuesday after that until we get up to the 8 episodes. And hopefully they're not all too short because it's a lot of fun to watch this. And I can't wait to see how the pirate thing goes. And I'm hoping to see more of Smee kicking butt. As well as
Pirate Captain Brutus, the Wolfman Pirate Captain. Yes, yeah, I'm here for it.
But then and then see, I can't wait to see the kids' journey, because this is a kind of a coming of age story, so we're gonna see how the kids grow in the middle of this series. So I can't wait to see that as well. So, but I think that's enough for right now with the Skeleton Crew, though I know that we are going to be revisiting this, and at some point, when the series has ended, we definitely are going to do a show by itself. To give a full wrap up of what happened and what it looked like and what it smelled like and stuff like that.
All the good stuff or the bad stuff.
It smells like cinnamon. I mean, so it's cinnamony. So all right, guys. Well, until next time, we'll see you then. But if you haven't watched Skeleton Crew, get on it. What are you waiting for?
Good. It's really good.
Good. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye. We'll see you later, guys.